All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports. Happy Easter to everyone as we continue with our NFL sim season here this afternoon. And we'll start a couple of minutes early. Why not? We have nothing else to do. It's funny. Anyway, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins to kick things off here this afternoon. And this should be a good game, as this is a must-win, really, for both teams. Pittsburgh currently tied for first place in the AFC Central with a 5-5 record with the Indianapolis Colts. So there's incentive there for Pittsburgh to win. But more so for the Redskins, they sit at 5-5 in the NFC East. And here we are in Week 11 of the season. When we look at the standings currently in the NFC East, you can see what a big game this is for Washington. The Giants are 8-2. They lead the division with a 3-game lead over both Dallas and Washington, who sit at 5-5. All right, and Philadelphia at 4-6. So if the Redskins want to stay alive in the NFC playoff picture, they really need to get a win here. There's a lot of teams in a logjam at 5-5 vying for some wild cards. Dallas, Washington, Detroit, Minnesota, all at 5-5. The 49ers at 6-4. Green Bay at 6-4. So there's, like I said, there's a logjam that should sort itself out over the next 6 weeks of the season. So it starts here for the Redskins today as they host the Steelers. Evil Dead is 75-55. He's 20 games over 500, and he's taking the Redskins in this one. And if you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. TMG, by the way, is 1-1 on the season, and we'll find out who he's going to pick here in just a second. But without further ado, let's head out to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, for this one. Steelers Redskins. Oh, TMG's got the Redskins as well. Steelers and Redskins here at Jammin' Sports. You are looking live at FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. It's the Steelers and the Redskins. Welcome in to another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along on this Easter Sunday. Steelers, Redskins, both teams at 5-5. Evil Dead and TMG both have the Redskins in this one. The Steelers will kick off. Washington will get the ball first, run away. Nixon from about the 3-yard line brings it back over the 25, 30, and Nixon out to the 33-yard line. Nice return. That's Andre Nixon, the rookie out of Virginia. Starting quarterback for Washington is Eric Tipton, the third-year quarterback out of the University of Washington. Want to say happy Easter to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Easter Sunday across this great land of ours. Redskins will start from their own 33-yard line. Week 11 of the current NFL sim season. 11 out of 16 weeks. Tipton under center on 1st and 10. Tipton fakes the handoff, rolls out, throws downfield, caught by G. Scott, the tight end, out to the 50-yard line, a gain of 17 yards. Redskin first down. G. Scott, the rookie out of Ohio State, the tight end. On the tackle there, number 26. That's Craven, Jake Craven, the 7th-year defensive back, also out of Ohio State. So the Redskins have moved it out to the 50-yard line. Opening drive. They come out in the I formation. Tipton under center. Tipton hands off to Ciali around the outside, and Dante Ciali turns inside and picks up about 4 yards down to the 46-yard line. Let's take a look at the Redskins offense. Up front, Johnson, Murray, Pearson, Lofton, and Young. And then it's Say, McDade, Ciali, Scott, and Metcalf. Officially a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Redskins at the Steeler 46. Jimmy Jam with TMG in the house. Evil Dead will join us later. 4 wide for the Redskins. Tipton under center. Tipton drops back. Throws, dumps it off to Scott. Turns upfield. Gets to the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9. That's enough for the first down. As we're enjoying TMG week here at Chapman Sports, as he's been with us for the most of the week, joining us live here. Yep, TMG week. It's kind of like Shark Week, you know what I'm saying? On the History Channel. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Tipton fakes the handoff, rolls out, and now he's going to take off. And Tipton gets the first down, scrambling down to the 25, a gain of 12. First down, Washington. A nice drive by the Redskins so far. Finally making the tackle, number 30. That's Michael Miller, the 7th-year safety out of Florida State. Oh, we got you till Thursday. First and 10 from the 25. Redskins come out in the offset eye. Tipton under center. Tipton drops back. Looking, throws downfield, caught by Burton. That's Rusty Burton, the 6th-year tight end out of Vanderbilt. Down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 11. Another Redskin first down. Just a great drive by Washington. Took a long vacation for your birthday? So the Redskins have moved it down to the Steeler 14-yard line. 5:28 and counting here in the first quarter. They come out in the I formation. Metcalf in motion. Tipton to Ciali, and Dante Ciali inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, a gain of 5. Let's take a look at the Steeler defense. They play a 3-4. Hayward, Thomas, and Childs up front. Linebackers, Brand, Burns, Whiteside, and Garrison. And the secondary, Craven, Miller, DeRise, and Aaron. 2nd and 5 for the Redskins at the Steeler 9. Just a beautiful opening drive by Washington, at least so far. Let's see if they can cash in. Redskins come out in the I formation. Tipton to Ciali around the outside, and Dante Ciali to the 6, a gain of 3. Eldon Burns on the tackle, along with Samson Aaron, the defensive back. A gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the 6. Big third down right here. As the Redskins come out, they spread the receivers out. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton looking, throws, dumps underneath to Burton, and Rusty Burton down to the 2. A gain of 4 yards. He picks up the first down. First and goal, Redskins at the Steeler 2-yard line. Ivory Whiteside, the rookie linebacker out of Alabama A&M, on the tackle, along with Miller and Hawkins. Donovan Hawkins, the defensive back, getting in on the tackle. First and goal from the 2. We're at the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. 4 wide for the Redskins. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton looking, throws, caught by Scott. Touchdown, Redskins. A 2-yard touchdown catch by G. Scott. About as picture-perfect a drive as you'll see to start the ball game. Redskins just methodically moved it downfield and they get a touchdown. And they take a 6-0 lead. Great opening drive indeed. And now Zach Harris for the PAT. It's up, and it's good. And the Redskins lead it 7-0. 3:52 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports. We've got the Bengals and the Browns up after this. We'll be in Cleveland for that one. The Battle of Ohio. And it's another big game in the AFC Central. The AFC Central, it's a weak division and it's tight. The Steelers and the Colts are 5-5, and the Browns and the Bengals are both 4-6, one game back. So with 6 weeks to go, this division's up for grabs. And now the kickoff by Adrian Murphy. From the 1-yard line, Craven over the 15, 20. And out to the 21-yard line. And that's where the Steelers will have it, 1st and 10. Jake Craven on the return. Starting quarterback for the Steelers in his 3rd year out of Washington State, Tony McAvenue. Steelers haven't been to the playoffs, though, in 3 seasons. He's looking to get them back there. This will be the opening possession for Pittsburgh. The Redskins took the opening kickoff, marched down the field, and got a touchdown. Not a bad day here in D.C. 59 degrees at kickoff, mostly sunny. 4 wide, McAvenue in the shotgun, 1st and 10. McAvenue drops back, throws downfield, caught by Roper, the tight end, Brent Roper, down to the 38, a gain of 17. The 4th-year tight end out of Utah. And that'll be a Steeler first down. Nice camera work, guys. Camera's stuck behind the down marker. On the tackle there for the Redskins, number 29, Deshaun Boone, 3rd-year safety out of Utah State. Steelers come out, 4 wide, 1st and 10. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue hands off to Marshall. And Mike Marshall pushing forward out to the 50-yard line. A gain of 12 and a Steeler first down. Mike Marshall is in his 4th year out of California, Berkeley. Making the tackle, Chris Ball, the rookie defensive back out of Georgia. So the Redskins scored a touchdown on their opening drive. This is Pittsburgh's opening drive. They're just across midfield. 1st and 10, 2:50 left in the first quarter. McAvenue under center. Single back. McAvenue to Marshall again up the middle, and Mike Marshall to the 44, a gain of 6. Let's take a look at the Steelers offense. Up front, Griffin, Santiago, Ben, Washington, and Coleman. And then it's Shanklin, Rushing, Marshall, Roper, and Terrell. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Officially a 5-yard gain on first down. As the Steelers come out. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws deep down middle to Roper. And Brent Roper to the 37. A gain of 7. And that'll be a Steeler first down. Well, this is a nice drive by Pittsburgh. Making the tackle, number 22. That's Sean Wright, the 7th-year safety out of Maryland. I'll tell you right now, one of the biggest reasons why I still use 19, the team in red, the Redskins. First and 10 from the 37-yard line. McAvenue to Marshall. And Marshall picks up a yard to the 36. Let's take a look at the Redskins defense. They play a 3-4. Trickett, Ray, and Enoch up front. Linebackers, Holloway, Cook, Andrews, and Potts. And the secondary, Kirby, Wright, Cole, and King. It is so nice to have the Redskins. Forget this commander nonsense. Some of the best uniforms ever in NFL history, the Redskins. Helmet, too. One of the best helmets ever. 5 wide. McAvenue with the shotgun. 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Throws and caught by Shanklin. And Ron Shanklin down to the 23, a gain of 13. The 9th-year receiver out of Oregon State, Ron Shanklin. Trey Cook, the linebacker, on the tackle in his 4th year out of South Carolina. And that'll be a Steeler first down. Well, so far, neither defense can stop the other team's offense. They're both just marching down the field. Down to 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Steelers now at the Redskin 23-yard line. 4 wide. McAvenue under center. Drops back. Throws. And it's caught. Touchdown, Shanklin. A 23-yard touchdown catch by Ron Shanklin. And the Steelers match the Redskins' touchdown with one of their own. And they're an extra point away from tying this one up. Well, that's a start, TMG. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I think that'd be a good thing. Garrett Brown for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. And we're tied at 7 with the Steelers and the Redskins with 45 seconds left to play here at FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports here in the first quarter on a beautiful November afternoon. We're in week 11 of the season, so that puts us in the 3rd week of November. We'll have the Thanksgiving games next week in week 12. And now Cody Meyer will kick off for the Steelers. Yeah, I'll take it. There's the kick. From the goal line, Nixon brings it back over the 20, 25. And he brings it back out to the 27-yard line. Andre Nixon, the rookie out of Virginia, on the return. And the Redskins will set up shop at their own 27-yard line. 41 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Still, nothing beats that Redskin helmet. If you want one big example, prime example of how woke culture destroys everything, just look at the Redskin helmet. They do. Tipped into Ciali, and Dante Ciali gets it out for a 10-yard gain out to the 37-yard line. Dante Ciali in his 10th year out of Marshall, and that'll be a first down for the Redskins. And we've discussed this at length, but the thing that really makes it sad is that over 90% of Native Americans nationwide, the Redskins were their favorite team. There's a bunch of white people being offended for the Redskins. Tipped into Ciali, and Ciali a big gain out to the 48-yard line, a gain of 15 yards. And that will do it for the first quarter. We're tied at 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports. Jimmy Jam along with TMG. He's in the house as we're celebrating TMG week here on Easter Sunday. We start the second quarter. Steelers and Redskins tied at 7. It'll be 1st and 10 for Washington at the Steeler 48-yard line. Both teams coming at 5-5. Both teams in a must-win situation. Tipton in the shotgun. Throws outside, caught by James Norris down the sideline. And Norris all the way down to the 28, a gain of 20. Forced out of bounds by Ben DeRise, the 6th-year safety out of New Mexico State. But a nice swing pass to James Norris, the 6th-year receiver out of Ball State. It'll be a first down, Redskins. Yeah, they had one of the best fight songs even. Also, Hail to the Redskins. Used to love that song. My dad's favorite team was the Redskins, so I have a soft spot for Washington. 1st and 10 from the Steeler 28. Tipton fakes the handoff. Throws, dumps it off to Scott. He can't hold on. And that was broken up by Ivory Whiteside, the linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, you were told to be ashamed of that name by who? I'd be willing to bet no Native American told you that. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton looking. Tipton throws. Caught by Norris. Nope, incomplete. As it was knocked away by Jake Craven. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. When I was stationed in Germany in the Army, there were 2 Native Americans in my unit, and they both came from different areas of the country. And both of them, their favorite team was the Redskins, for the very reason of the name. 3rd and 10 from the 28. Tipton back. Tipton steps up, throws, and is picked off by Ben DeRise for the Steelers at the 2-yard line. And the Redskin drive comes to a screeching halt as Tipton throws a pick, and Pittsburgh will have it at the 2, going the other way. What a vast majority of people don't know, especially those on the left who like to virtue signal everything, is that the term Redskin to a Native American is not derogatory. In fact, they came up with the term, not us, as a way to differentiate themselves from the white man. And the name is actually a source of pride. And I've had several Native Americans in my life tell me this. 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line. McAvenue under center. McAvenue to Marshall. And Mike Marshall, out to the 4-yard line. Oh, Doug Williams was great. I used to love him. Trey Cook on the tackle and bring up 2nd and 8 at the 4 for the Steelers. The Redskin logo on these helmets was actually commissioned by and created by a member of the Sioux Nation. 2nd and 8 from the 4. Marshall plowing forward out to the 15, a gain of 11. Mike Marshall in his 4th year out of Cal. And that's his Steeler first down. And it depicts a tribal chief. I forget his name. Not the Sioux Nation, the Blackfeet Nation. There you go. I want to correct myself. And it's not a caricature. It's a very proud-looking logo. 1st and 10 from the 15. McAvenue to Marshall. Marshall gets taken down for no gain at the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10. I like Williams when he was on Tampa Bay. And I was so glad to see him get his Super Bowl win. Second and 10 from the 15-yard line. 4 wide for the Steelers. McAvenue in the shotgun. Now 5 wide, empty backfield. McAvenue back. It's a quarterback draw, and McAvenue out to the 26. A gain of 11. And that'll be a Pittsburgh first down. The third-year quarterback out of Washington State. But it's just another example of how woke culture destroys everything it touches. They went 73 years as the Redskins. Nobody cared. McAvenue to Marshall. And Marshall out to the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. And that'll bring up second and 6. Trey Cook on the tackle. .5:20 and counting. Here in the first half, we're tied at 7. McAvenue under center. Steelers at their own 30-yard line. McAvenue hands off to Cody Rushing, his first carry. Around the outside, Rushing down the sideline. A big gain. Let's see, they started at the 30. Let's see where they ended up at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 26 yards by Cody Rushing, the fifth-year running back out of Hawaii. Yeah, he took over for Eddie Robinson at Grambling. And you want to talk about a legendary coach. And you want to talk about big shoes to fill at Grambling. But he did a good job. He did the college proud. First and 10, Pittsburgh. At the Redskin 44-yard line. McAvenue under center. Rolls out, throws, dumps it off to Roper, and Brent Roper out to the 44-yard line. No gain. It'll be second and 10. Coming up to make the tackle is number 54, John Holloway. Fifth-year linebacker out of Georgia, making the tackle for no gain. Second and 10 from the 44-yard line. Misty's here. Say hi, Misty. Say happy Easter to everybody. All right. We went and had Easter dinner at the Mexican restaurant, didn't we? It was good. Second and 10 from the 44. McAvenue to Marshall. Inside the 40. Down to the 38. That'll be a gain of 6. Trey Cook, the linebacker on the tackle, will be third and 4. We've been calling Cook's name a lot. Fourth-year linebacker out of South Carolina. This drive started at the 2-yard line. The Steelers picked it off. And now they've worked it down to the Redskin 38. 5 wide, empty backfield. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue throws. Caught by Eddie Terrell. Out to the 33. That's going to be a gain of 5 and another Steeler first down. The second-year wide receiver out of North Carolina State. Chris Ball came over, the rookie defensive back out of Georgia, making the tackle. But it's another Steeler first down. .335 and counting. We're tied at 7. We're in the second quarter. McAvenue in the shotgun, first and 10. McAvenue looking, throws, and incomplete. I think there was a miscommunication on the route. He threw inside. The receiver was running a post down the, or not a post, but a down route down the sideline. That'll stop the clock. 3:26 left in the half. Second and 10. Steelers at the Redskin 33. McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue looking, throws, and that one gets knocked down. Broken up by Cameron Cole. The 11th year safety out of Chattanooga. That'll stop the clock. 3:22 left here in the first half. Be 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. They come out 4 wide, single back. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws down the near sideline. Caught by Shanklin. And Ron Shanklin down to the 15. A gain of 18. And that'll be another Steeler first down. I tell you what, we were talking about the Redskins opening drive. What about this Steeler drive? This one started at the 2-yard line, and they're just methodically moving it down the field. And they worked it all the way down to the Redskin 15. It's eating up a lot of time. We're coming up on 3 minutes left here in the first half. We'll have the 2-minute warning soon. 1st and 10 from the Redskin 15. McAvenue in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield. McAvenue looking. Rolls out. And McAvenue takes off. And he fumbles. There's a scrum. And I think the Redskins got it. They did. McAvenue, trying to get the extra yardage, fumbles the ball away. And the Redskins recover. Was he down? No, that ball is out. And who recovers it? Number 23 at the bottom of the pile there. Chris Ball walks away with it. Oh, man. That's got to be tough on Pittsburgh. That long drive, and they come away with nothing. But TMG is rooting for the Redskins. The ball was actually recovered in the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Who am I for, Misty? What? Which one? No, I'm for the Redskins. I like the Redskins. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Tipton in the shotgun. Hands off to Ciali up the middle, and Dante Ciali out to the 27. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Steelers, they drove it like, 93 yards downfield just to cough it up? That's got to be a kick in the gut. .223 and counting. We'll probably have the 2-minute warning after this play. 2nd and 3. Redskins at their own 27. Tipton drops back. Throws. Caught by Scott. And G. Scott, the tight end, out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 14. First down, Washington. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. We're tied at 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 of our current NFL sim season. The Steelers at 5-5, the Redskins at 5-5. Pretty much a must-win for both teams, more so for the Redskins than the Steelers. But still, whoever loses this game is going to be under 500, and that's not where you want to be at this point in the season. 1st and 10, Redskins at their own 41. Tipton under center. Both teams with 3 timeouts. Tipton throws. Caught by Mark Metcalf across midfield to the 41. A gain of 18 into Steeler territory. Redskins in the hurry-up. Tipton in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Tipton looking. And he's going to get sacked by Nate Childs back at the 46-yard line. A loss of 5. The Redskins quickly get back up. Got to get the receivers back. 2nd and 15 at the 46. Tipton takes the snap. Throws, and it's caught by Mark Metcalf down to the 29. And that'll be a gain of 17. First down, Redskins. Mark Metcalf on the catch in his 2nd year out of LSU. And now Washington's in field goal range. Both teams scored on their opening drives, but we haven't had a score since. 4 wide. Tipton in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Tipton hands off to Ciali. And Dante Ciali Gets 2 yards out to the 27. The Redskins take a timeout with 54 seconds left in the half. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Jimmy Jam with TMG. Misty's here. As I said before, we're celebrating TMG week here at Jammin' Sports. Our good friend from Cincinnati. I hope the Bengals stay, but I get a feeling they're going to leave. 2nd and 8 from the 27-yard line. 4 wide. Tipton in the shotgun on 2nd down. Tipton drops back. Tipton looking, throws, and it's knocked down. Incomplete. Broken up by Eldon Burns, the 5th-year linebacker out of UNLV. Evil Dead has joined us. Welcome in, Evil Dead. Happy Easter to you. Yeah, that's a good question, TMG. How was your birthday? I forgot to ask. My bad. Third and 8 for the Redskins at the Steeler 27-yard line. Evil Dead's got the Redskins just like TMG does. 4 wide. Tipton in the gun. Tipton drops back. Tipton rolls out. And he's going to throw down the sideline, back of the end zone, but incomplete. G. Scott was out of the end zone. And that'll bring up, oh, they're going to call illegal forward pass. He was over the line of scrimmage. It's just a loss of down. It'll be 4th down.
That penalty is declined.
Well, they really can't decline that, because the penalty is a loss of down. So you don't decline that. It'll be 4th and 8. That's not a declinable penalty. It's automatically a loss of down. So, and now let's see who comes out here. Zach Harris. This will be from 44 yards to give the Redskins the lead. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Redskins take a 10-7 lead with 37 seconds left. Evil Dead, you missed it earlier. On the Redskins' previous drive, they threw a pick at the 2-yard line, and the Steelers proceeded to move it down the field, only to fumble the ball away at the Redskin 2-yard line. And the Redskins got it back, and they got a field goal. And the Steelers marched about 95, 96 yards just to fumble it away. It was crazy. And now Murphy will kick off. Redskins up 10-7. From the goal line, Cody Rushing over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And Rushing brings it out to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Steelers will have it, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh has all 3 of their timeouts, but only 33 seconds in which to work with here. Let's take a look at who they play next week while we have an opportunity. Pittsburgh will host Houston next week. And the Redskins will be at Seattle next week, and that's going to be a tough game for the Redskins. The Bengals and the Browns are up next in Cleveland. 1st and 10 from the 25. McAvenue hands off to Mike Marshall up the middle, and Marshall, a big run. Still won't go down. 17 yards out to the 42-yard line. And the Steelers take a timeout with 26 seconds left. You're visiting your mom? Well, tell your mom Happy Easter for us. All right, we'll put Evil Dead down for the Brownies in the next game. Go up to your mom and say, Jimmy Jam says, Happy Easter, Mom. First and 10 from the 42-yard line. She'll probably say, who's that? 1st and 10, McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. Looking, throws near side, incomplete. All right, TMG is going to go with the Bengals. The soon-to-be Chicago or St. Louis Bengals, depending on who you talk to. They got to work something out at Hamilton County. But the thing is, the county commission, they don't want to spend any money on that stadium. 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. McAvenue in the shotgun. Marshall in motion. McAvenue looking, throws, caught by Roper, and Brent Roper out to the 49. The Steelers take a timeout. And that'll be a gain of 7, bring up 3rd and 4, make it a gain of 6. Here at FedEx Field. Good shot there. The FedEx Field in this game, it just looks a lot better than the real life FedEx Field, which is a dump. The Redskins really do need a new home. They're looking at the RFK site. But that site's owned by the federal government. They have to get permission. It's federal land. They have to it'd be an act of Congress to let them do it. 3rd and 4 from the 49-yard line. McAvenue back, throws, caught by Goodwin, and James Goodwin down to the 43. The Steelers take a timeout. Be a gain of 8. That's a first down for Pittsburgh. They're still not in field goal range, and they're out of timeouts. 12 seconds left here in the first half. Redskins up 10-7. It really needs to go back to the RFK site. It's got better access. Washington's got a great subway system. Make it easy access for players or fans to go in and out. First and 10 Pittsburgh from the Redskin 43. 4 wide for the Steelers. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. He's got all day. Throws. Caught by Shanklin, but they're out of timeouts. And we go to halftime. Halftime score, the Redskins 10, the Steelers 7. Here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, here on this Easter Sunday. Redskins lead the Steelers 10-7. We're in week 11 of the season. Both teams come in at 5-5. Both teams desperate for a win. And kicking off will be Adrian Murphy for the Redskins. The Steelers will get the ball first here in the second half. Rushing over the 15, 20, 25. And Cody rushing out to the 29-yard line. And that's where Pittsburgh will have it, 1st and 10. Redskins up 10-7. Both teams in the first half had long opening drives to score their first touchdowns. And then they had long drives after that ended in fumbles. That ate up a lot of time. Redskins holding a slim 3-point lead. We'll have the Bengals and the Browns after this. We'll head out to Cleveland for that one. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton to Marshall, excuse me. It's not Tipton, it's McAvenue. I was looking at the wrong roster. A gain of 6 will be 2nd and 4. It looks like a cage. O'Neal Potts, yeah, he's got himself quite the face mask there. 2nd and 4 for the Steelers now at their own 35. McAvenue under center, 4 wide, 3 to the far side. McAvenue drops back. Throws downfield, caught by Eddie Terrell out to the 49, a gain of 14. On the tackle there, Bobby Kirby, the fourth-year defensive back out of Florida. It's a Steeler first down. Both teams, they're not having problems moving the football. The problem has been they get close, they turn it over. It's happened to both teams. Neither defense is really playing well. Both teams are just moving it on the other one. 1st and 10 from the 49. McAvenue under center. McAvenue to Marshall, and Mike Marshall will lose a yard back to the 48-yard line. Trey Cook on the tackle, the linebacker. Now they say no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Tell you what, I took a short nap this afternoon. When I woke up, I had a splitting headache. But now that I've started doing the games, I'm good. 2nd and 10 from the 48. McAvenue back. McAvenue throws near side, and it's slapped down by Trey Cook. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Yeah, nothing gets rid of a headache like calling a Madden game on Twitch. I'm good to go now. 3rd and 10 from the 48-yard line. McAvenue in the shotgun with a couple of backs in the backfield. 3rd and 10, McAvenue looking. He's got time. He's got all day. He throws down the sideline. Eddie Terrell to the 24. A gain of 28 yards to Eddie Terrell down the sideline. The 2nd-year receiver out of North Carolina State. Some nice footwork. The Steelers are poised to take the lead here if they get a touchdown. Redskins up 10-7. Redskins are currently tied with Dallas at 5-5 for 2nd in the NFC East. 3 games behind the Giants, who are 8-2. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. Throws. Caught by Shanklin. No, incomplete. As Cameron Cole knocks that ball away. Yeah, Cole thought he had help on the previous play. You're right. For Pittsburgh, though, their 5-5 is different. They're currently tied for 1st in the AFC Central with Indianapolis. It's a weak division. They're both 5-5, with the Browns and Colts at 4-6, or Browns and Bengals at 4-6. 2nd and 10 to Marshall, and Marshall 2 yards out to the 22-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Chris Ball on the tackle. Under 6 minutes left now here in the 3rd quarter. Strange game. I wouldn't call it a defensive game. It's just a lot of long drives ending with turnovers. 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. McAvenue. He's got time. Flag is down. He throws downfield. Incomplete. Looking for Eddie Terrell, but anytime you have that much time.
Holding.
Yep.
Offense.
That's what I thought. It would be a holding call on Sean Coleman, the right tackle. The intended receiver was actually James Goodwin, not Terrell. 10-yard penalty. They'll back him up. Be 3rd and 18 for Pittsburgh at the 32-yard line. It'll be a 49-yard field goal from here if they don't get any closer. 5:32 left in the 3rd quarter. Steelers come out 5 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. Empty backfield. McAvenue drops back. He's got time once again. McAvenue throws. Caught by Price, who came back for it. Down to the 9-yard line. A gain of 23 yards. Darian Price, the 2nd-year receiver out of Oregon. First down, Pittsburgh. 1st and goal at the 9. Don't forget we have the Bengals and the Browns after this. And we should be able to get a 3rd game in today. And that would be the Jets and the Lions. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Steelers come out. Everybody in tight. McAvenue under center. Price in motion. McAvenue drops back. Throws outside, and he overthrows his receiver. He was looking for the tight end, Kenneth Berry. That was on McAvenue. He just threw it a bit too far. It'll be second and goal from the 9. 4:51 left here in the first or third quarter. On second and goal, McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue looking. Steps up and gets the sack. You called it, TMG. O'Neal Potts, the guy with the rather large face mask, on the sack. Back to the 13-yard line, a loss of 4 yards. And that'll bring up third and goal for the Steelers back at the 13. O'Neal Potts in his 6th year out of Baylor. McAvenue just held on to it too long. You got to get rid of it. Coming up on 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Big third down here. Third and goal for the Steelers. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. Back to throw. McAvenue, again, lots of time. Just a 3-man rush, though. And he dumps it off to Hayes. And Hayes down to the 3-yard line. Fernando Hayes, the second-year receiver out of Pittsburgh. A gain of 10. It'll be fourth and goal from the 3. So the Redskins defense gets the stop they wanted. And now the Steelers will try a 20-yard field goal. Garrett Brown to tie the game up. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 10. 3:47 left to play here in the third quarter. It was a long drive. Another long drive. We've seen many long drives in this one. Ate up a lot of time. The Redskins have yet to touch the ball here in the second half. They finally will, with 3:47 left here in the third quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, Week 11, here at Jammin' Sports. Again, happy Easter to everybody on this Easter Sunday. We were busy yesterday. We didn't get to get any games in yesterday. I do have a baseball game on the radio tomorrow afternoon, but it's an relatively early game, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I may get a doubleheader in. There's the kick. Nixon 3 yards deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25 maybe, out to the 24-yard line. So it needs to turn on the stadium lights soon. We're in November, and it's after the daylight saving time switch, so even though it's a 1 o'clock start, by the time the game rolls into the third and fourth quarter, the sun's getting low on the horizon. If it was an early season game, it would be a lot brighter. Madden 19 does a great job of rendering the daylight conditions depending on what time of year it is. First and 10 from the 24-yard line. Eric Tipton, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Ciali in motion. Tipton looking. Throws near side. Caught by Mark Metcalf. Out to the 31. A gain of 7. It'll be second and 3. .326 and counting. Well, the stadium lights are on. I just noticed. Still too bright for them to really take effect. Second and 3 from the 31-yard line. Ciali tries to move forward. Picks up a yard to the 32, if that much. It'll be third and 3. On the tackle there for the Steelers, Cam Hayward. 12th-year defensive end out of Ohio State. Under 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. We're tied at 10. Big third down for Washington. They spread things out. Tipton under center. 3rd and 3. They hand off to Dante Cieli. He gets nailed by Eldon Burns, the 5th-year linebacker out of UNLV. A gain of 2, shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. And the Steelers defense comes up with a huge stop. That's a big play by Burns, the linebacker. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Redskins. And they'll have to punt. Adrian Murphy will come on. Murphy gets the punt away. Fielded by Craven at the 14. Makes a move, makes another move. And Craven finally out to the 34-yard line. Jake Craven on the return. The 7th-year defensive back out of Ohio State. Tony McAvenue comes back out. 3rd-year quarterback out of Washington State. Another thing Madden 19 does better than the newer ones with the lighting. If you watch a game, like especially here this time of year, you can actually see the shadows slowly creeping across the field. Yeah, exactly. 5 wide, 1st and 10. McAvenue in the shotgun. We're tied at 10. McAvenue back. Throws outside, caught by Shanklin. And Ron Shanklin out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 8. Oh, let me take care of this, Yahoo. I hate these guys when they come in. Let me ban this guy. He has been banded. 2nd and 2 from the 42-yard line. McAvenue under center. McAvenue. Oh, watch out, it's a blitz. They get him back at the 31-yard line. A loss of 9. Coming in on the corner, or actually safety blitz, Sean Wright in his 7th year out of Maryland. Beautiful safety blitz by the Redskins. Actually a loss of 11. It'll be 3rd and 13. Redskins brought the house on that one. We have ourselves a ball game. We're tied at 10 with 1:28 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 13 for the Steelers now. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. McAvenue throws deep. Caught by Shanklin. They get the first down out to the 40-yard line. Wow. 29 yards. Ron Shanklin. On 3rd and 13, they get one for 29. Chris Ball comes over and makes the tackle for the Redskins. First down, Pittsburgh at the Redskin 40-yard line. Under a minute left to play here in the 3rd quarter. That was a big play for the Steelers. 4 wide for Pittsburgh. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws, caught by Terrell. He had to come back for it. At the 31, a gain of 9. And that'll bring up 2nd and inches at the Redskin 31-yard line. 44 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. We have the Bengals and the Browns after this. We'll be in Cleveland for that one. About 5 minutes after this one's over. We'll head out to Cleveland, Ohio. AFC Central battle. Both those teams are 4 and 6. Both of those teams desperately in need of a win. 2nd and inches for the Steelers at the Redskin 31-yard line. McAvenue under center. McAvenue drops back. Throws, dumps it off to Mike Marshall out of the backfield. Marshall down to the 14. A gain of 17 yards, another Steeler first down. As the clock ticks down to 25 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Probably time for one more play, maybe. Man, we have seen some long drives all day. Not all of them fruitful, but they've been long. as neither defense has been able to consistently stop the other team's offense. 1st and 10. Steelers at the Redskin 14-yard line. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Steelers come out in the offset eye. McAvenue under center. McAvenue to Marshall. And Marshall makes his way down to the 10 and gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. And that's it for the third quarter. We're tied at 10 here at Gem Sports. And welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports on this Easter Sunday. The Steelers and Redskins are tied at 10. Both teams are 5-5 on the season. 5-5 is good enough for first place for Pittsburgh at the moment. But the Redskins are 3 games behind the Giants, who sit at 8-2 in the NFC East. McAvenue on 2nd and 6. Hands off to Marshall. And Marshall gets taken down by Matthew Enoch, the defensive tackle. In his 10th year out of Cal, a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 8. So we have another big third down right here. Steelers can pick up the first down, though, at the 4-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun on 3rd down. McAvenue back. Throws outside, caught by Goodwin. Down to the 2, a 6-yard gain by James Goodwin. Cameron Cole on the tackle, but it's a first down for Pittsburgh. The 4th-year receiver out of the University of Washington, James Goodwin. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh. If you're a Steeler fan, they can take the lead here. The Steelers have never led. They tied it at 7 and they tied it at 10, but they have not led yet. But they have the opportunity now. 1st and goal from the Redskin 2-yard line. McAvenue under center. McAvenue hands off to Marshall, and Mike Marshall down to the 1. Holloway makes the tackle. John Holloway, the linebacker. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Overall, it's been a good game. Steelers come out 5 wide, empty backfield. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Now he's going to take off. Oh, he got nailed by Brian Trickett, the defensive tackle. A loss of 2 yards back to the 3-yard line. McAvenue tried a quarterback draw or keeper, and Trickett made him pay. And now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. 6:18 left. We're in the 4th quarter. We're tied at 10. Steelers come out. McAvenue under center. McAvenue drops back, looking. Throws to the end zone, incomplete. Shanklin was beyond the end line. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and goal. And the Redskin defense holds the Steelers to a field goal once again. And that's huge if you think about it at this point in the game. And now Garrett Brown will come on. This will be a 20-yard attempt to give the Steelers their first lead of the day. Kick is up and good. And the Steelers take a 13-10 lead with 6 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. We're live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports. And the Steelers have taken the lead for the first time, 13-10. They've left the Redskins a lot of time, though. 6 minutes left to play. We'll have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns up for you next. About 5 minutes after this one's over. We hope you join us for that one. There's the kickoff. Nixon brings it back over the 20, 25, out to the 27-yard line. Andre Nixon, the rookie out of Virginia. 1st and 10 for the Redskins now at their own 27. 5:56 left to play. Eric Tipton comes back out, the third-year quarterback out of Washington. 2 seasons ago, Tipton became the first rookie quarterback in sim season history to lead a team to the Super Bowl win. That was when they beat the Colts 2 seasons ago. And now 1st and 10, Washington. Tipton drops back, throws deep, caught by Say. Virgil Say out to the 43, a gain of 16. First down, Washington. Virgil Say in his 11th year out of Oregon State. The veteran receiver. It's been like this all day. Both teams are moving on the other team between the 20s. It's just when they get inside the 20 is when things get dicey. Tipton in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Tipton back, throws outside. Norris can't hold on. Nice defensive play by Donovan Hawkins, the 4th-year defensive back out of Stanford. That'll stop the clock. 5:23 left. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Redskins. Steelers lead it 13-10 here in the 4th quarter. TMG imploring his Redskins. Well, I tell you what, Hawkins, had he caught that, he may have scored. 2nd and 10 for the Redskins now at their own 43. 4 wide. Tipton in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks downfield, throws, caught by Scott. And G. Scott pushing forward out to the 48. The rookie tight end, a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. From college football 25, G. Scott from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ivory Whiteside, the rookie linebacker, on the tackle. Big 3rd down for the Redskins here. 3rd and 5 from their own 48. 4 wide. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton drops back. Tipton rolls out. Tipton fires back across to Ciali. Picks up the 1st down out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 on 3rd and 5. 1st down, Redskins to the Steeler 46-yard line. He's an underrated back out of the backfield. He's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield, Dante Ciali. He's more of a power back. They don't really throw to him that often. 1st and 10 Redskins. As their drive continues, 4:25 and counting. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton drops back. Looking, throws outside to Say. And Virgil Say picks up 5 down to the 41-yard line. Make it a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. Jake Craven came up and made the tackle for the Steelers. As we're coming up on 4 minutes left to play, Steelers lead 13-10. Redskins on the move. 4 wide. Tipton in the gun. Tipton drops back. Tipton throws. Caught by Ciali. Close to the marker. Out to the 36. He's got it. That was a gain of 5. 1st down, Washington. Ivory Whiteside on the tackle again for the Steelers. .335 and counting. 1st and 10. Redskins at the Steeler 36. Tipton in the gun. Back to throw. Looking. Throws outside to Metcalf. And Mark Metcalf down to the 27. And that's a gain of 9. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Another methodical drive. Another long, sustained drive. Both teams have been doing that all day. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the Steeler 27-yard line. Tipton under center. Fakes a swing pass, hands off to McDade, but that doesn't fool anybody. He's going to be hit for a 2-yard loss as Ivory Whiteside, the linebacker, comes in and makes the play. It'll be 3rd and 3. Whiteside's going to be a good one, that rookie linebacker. He's already made an impact for the Steelers this season. 2:40 and counting. 3rd and 3. Redskins, big 3rd down. They're in field goal range, though. They can tie it up at the Pittsburgh 29-yard line. Tipton in the shotgun. Tipton hands off to Ciali. And Ciali got held up. And Nate Childs comes in and makes the tackle. Going to be a loss of a yard. And that's going to bring up 4th and 4. Nate Childs in his 11th year out of Louisiana Tech. So this is going to be a 47-yard field goal attempt by Zach Harris. 47 yards, that's no chip shot, but he should be able to make it. As we're creeping up on the 2-minute warning here. From 47 yards, the kick is up. And it's good. Anytime they score during the 2-minute warning, they don't take a break. We're tied at 13. Steelers and Redskins with 1:58 left to play. Of course, I say that and they take a break. Oh, well, I guess it's just the touchdown and the penalties. They don't take a break. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 11 here at Jammin' Sports. Steelers and Redskins tied at 13. The Redskins have just tied it up. This one's got overtime written all over it. Unless Pittsburgh can get a drive together. All they need is a field goal to win this thing. Both teams at 5 and 5. And the Redskins will kick off. I won't say it's been a great game, but it's been a good one. It's been a good one. It's been entertaining. And now kicking off will be Adrian Murphy. About a yard deep, Craven brings it out over the 15-20. And Craven brings it out to the 24-yard line. And that's where Pittsburgh will have it, 1st and 10. No need to panic if you're Pittsburgh. You got plenty of time. You have all 3 of your timeouts. And all you need is a field goal. The Steelers need to go about 45 yards to get in a field goal range. Each team has turned it over once today. Both times in the second quarter. Steelers come out from their own 24. 3 receivers to the far side. McAvenue in the shotgun, 1st and 10. McAvenue back. McAvenue looking. He's got all day once again. Throws, caught by Eddie Terrell. Out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 9. Steelers in the hurry up. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 33. They want to keep the Redskin defense out there. McAvenue in the shotgun. On 2nd down, McAvenue back. Throws, caught by Marshall. And Mike Marshall out to the 40, a gain of 7. A Steeler 1st down. They're not letting the Redskins sub out. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 4 wide, McAvenue in the shotgun. Back to throw. Throws down the middle to Mike Marshall. And Marshall out to the 49, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. They stay in the hurry up. 1:10 left. McAvenue in the shotgun. Hands off. No, play action. Looking. He's got all day. Throws deep. Going for the home run. And it's broken up. Incomplete. They were looking for James Goodwin. And the Redskins secondary broke up that pass. That'll stop the clock with 59 seconds left. Bobby Kirby is actually the one that knocked that one away. 3rd and 1 for the Steelers now at their own 49. I would pick up the first down here if I'm Pittsburgh and then take a timeout. McAvenue in the shotgun on 3rd down. McAvenue back. Throws near side. Berry makes the catch. Great tackle by Cameron Cole, keeping him from getting a first down. And the Redskins take a timeout. What a great tackle by Cole, the 11th year safety out of Chattanooga. And the Steelers will have to punt. And now the Redskins are going to have a shot. They have 2 timeouts. They just took one right there to conserve time. Great stop by the Redskins. Cody Meyer will come on, the 11th year punter out of North Dakota State. Oh, Steelers are going for it. You got to like the aggressive play. Here we go. 4th and 1. McAvenue hands off to Marshall. Oh, that's going to be close. I think he's got it. He does. 1 yard. First down, Steelers. They stay in the hurry up. 1st and 10 at the Redskins 49. McAvenue back. Throws, and it's nearly picked off. Knocked down by Bobby Kirby. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. The Steelers need about 10 to 15 more yards for a decent shot. Oh, Kirby, he should have caught that. 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh at the Redskin 49, 38 seconds left. We're tied at 13. 3 receivers to the far side. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue throws near side. Caught by Roper. And Brent Roper all the way down to the 25. A 24-yard gain. And the Redskins take a timeout to conserve time. 32 seconds left. That was a huge first down by Pittsburgh. And now they're definitely in field goal range. It'd be a 42-yard field goal from here. Steelers might steal one, no pun intended, from the Redskins here. Redskins have 1 timeout left. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm forcing the Redskins to take a timeout and then let the clock run down and kick the field goal and go home. 1st and 10 in the I formation. McAvenue to Marshall. And Marshall weaving his way down to the 18, a gain of 7. And Pittsburgh takes a timeout. I don't know why they did, but they did. It'd be a 35-yard field goal from here. 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line. I don't know why the Steelers would take a timeout there. I would have forced Washington to take one. Now watch the Redskins pick it off. That'd be funny. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 18. Don't forget we have Bengals-Browns coming up next. We'll be in Cleveland for that one. Steelers, everybody in tight. McAvenue under center. McAvenue to Marshall. And Marshall makes his way to the 16. And the Steelers take another timeout. Interesting. They bring up 3rd and 1. 22 seconds left. Now it's a 33-yard field goal. I'm kind of scratching my head as to why they called timeouts. They could have forced the Redskins to kick or make their final timeout and then just let the clock run out and kick the field goal. They may still do that. 3rd and 1 from the 16. In the offset eye, McAvenue under center. McAvenue to Marshall, and he picks up the first down. Down to the 15-yard line. And what the Steelers are going to do, they're going to let the clock run down. They'll call a timeout and just kick a game-winning field goal here. And it looks like the Steelers are going to be 6 and 5, and the Redskins are going to drop to 5 and 6. The Steelers will let it tick down to about 2 seconds and they'll call a timeout. Well, they just kicked the field goal. Here we go. It's up and it's good. And that's ball game. Your final score, Pittsburgh 16, Washington 13. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Browns Bengals up next. We'll see you then.